Softening into what is, the gentle revolution. You know, in a world that's always telling us to harden up, what if there was a totally different way? Today, we're going to explore this really counterintuitive idea, a kind of gentle revolution for yourself. Let's get into it. I mean, think about it. We're all taught to be hard, right? To build up this armor to face the world. But what if our greatest strength is actually softness? What if the key to being resilient isn't found in all that armor, but in letting it go? That's the huge, radical question we're digging into today. Okay, so to really get this, we have to look at where we're starting from. The source material calls this our age of insistence, which is a great way to put it, isn't it? It's like we're living in a state of chronic warfare with reality itself. And this probably sounds super familiar. It's our cultural mantra. Toughen up, build your armor, conquer life. We're told to treat life like it's this opponent we have to beat, Build up your walls, impose your will. It's a message we hear from pretty much everywhere. But what's the price we pay for all this fighting? Well, the cost is you become one exhausted combatant. It turns us into these brittle, anxious people who are just tired all the time. This constant battle, this inner war, it just grinds you down. All right, so how does this resistance actually work? What does it look like in our day-to-day lives? Let's talk about the architecture of it, how we build the walls of our own suffering, bit by bit. First off, it shows up in the body. I mean, just check in with yourself right now. When you're stressed out or bracing for something bad, what happens? The jaw clenches, right? Shoulders creep up toward your ears, your stomach gets all knotted up. That's resistance in physical form. And then, of course, there's the mind. Our mind jumps in with all this judgment. This shouldn't be happening. I should be better than this. It's this constant soundtrack of how things should be, which is basically just us picking a fight with what is. And last but not least, in our emotions, we reject our own feelings. We try to push down grief. We run from fear. We fan the flames of anger because it feels safer, more powerful. We're literally at war with our own inner world. Okay, this next idea is a real game changer. We have to draw a line between pain and suffering. See, pain is inevitable. Loss, illness, disappointment, that's just part of being alive. But suffering? That's optional. Suffering is the extra layer we pile on top of the pain with our resistance. So the grief of a loss, that's pain. But that endless loop of, this can't be happening, why me? That is suffering. And that part we can do something about. So, if all this hardening and resisting is what creates suffering, what's the alternative? Well, this is where we get to the heart of it, the gentle revolution. It's this radical, totally counterintuitive act of softening into the moment. But what does softening into what is even mean? It's not about just flopping over. It's a conscious relaxation of our inner clenching. You know that fist we're all making inside? It's about consciously deciding to open that hand, to meet this moment with openness instead of opposition. Now, we have to be super clear about this. Softening is not passive surrender. It's not giving up. It's not apathy or weakness. And it is absolutely not spiritual bypassing, just slapping a happy sticker on a terrible feeling. No. What it is active and conscious. It's open and honest. It's vulnerable. And frankly, it's incredibly brave. Okay, so how do we actually do this? This is where the magic happens, in what the source calls the alchemy of acceptance. It's all about learning how to turn that raw resistance into simple, clear-eyed awareness. And here's another huge distinction. Acceptance is not approval. Let's be real clear on that. You do not have to like what's happening. Accepting that you have a flat tire doesn't mean you're happy about it. It just means you're being honest about the fact that, yep, the tire is flat. It's like an inner bow to reality, just acknowledging what's already true. So how do we practice this? It's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, acknowledge. Just name what's here without judging it. Oh, hello, fear. This is fear. Step 2, allow. Let it be here. Drop that whole secondary story of, I shouldn't be feeling this. Just let it exist. And then step 3, investigate. Get curious. Where is this feeling in my body? What does it actually feel like as a pure sensation? When you do that, it starts to lose its grip on you. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so I just sit around and accept everything? No way. Far from it.
This is about softening into action. We're going to see how this clarity and compassion actually become your greatest power.
Yeah, look at this comparison. It's so clear. Action that comes from resistance, it's fueled by fear, anger, and the need to control. The quality is reactive, it's jagged, and the result? Burnout and a lot of collateral damage. But action that comes from softening, that's fueled by clarity and compassion. It's responsive, it's wise, and the result is sustainable, truly transformative change. It's the difference between flailing and moving with purpose. We've all probably heard the serenity prayer a million times, but look at it again through this lens. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. That acceptance, that's the softening. It's the foundation. And from that serenity, you get the courage to change the things I can, and crucially, the wisdom to know the difference. Softening isn't the opposite of courage. It's what makes true courage possible. And it's so important to get this. This isn't a magic pill. You don't just get it and you're done. This is a practice of a lifetime. It's about finding that softness in the seemingly hard moments over and over again. It's a muscle you build. So what does this look like in the real world? It's not about going on a silent retreat for a month, though that's great too. It's about these small everyday acts. It's consciously dropping your shoulders right now. It's pausing for just 1 second before you snap back in an argument. It's letting yourself cry without feeling ashamed. It's saying, wow, this is hard, without immediately trying to fix it. It's all these tiny moments where you choose openness over clenching. So when it all comes down to it, I think the biggest fear is that if we soften, we'll just fall apart, that we'll disappear. But what this idea suggests is that the exact opposite is true. In the radical act of softening, we don't disappear, we come home. We find the person who was underneath all that armor the whole time. So the only real question is, are you ready?